Start with this one, then we go to the new ships. Because I think this one is pretty short. Closest 14.4. So this is the next patch. The upcoming patch in what, a week? Based on testing results, we're applying changes to Willem the Eerste, Nanning, Bliska 44, Protector, Hotaka, and Varese, so all the experimental ships they're pumping out, as well as fixing issues with Wooster and Valparaiso. Okay. Willem the Eerste. So that's the dumb tier 10 battleship that can also drop airstrikes. Airstrike parameters changed. Oh, big alpha increase. Big penetration increase. Big fire chance increase. Fairly big bomb fall time increase as well. 8 seconds though. That's not really going to change much against other BBs. Like, this will just be much more effective against BBs and weaker against kind of everything else. But I mean, isn't this thing like a kiting airstrike battleship anyway? AP shells buffed. Fuse time changed from pretty short fuse to standard fuse. Standard fuse, and they give it better pen, so it's going to be more consistent in Citadel and especially battleships, I think. So this is going to be the first ship that will have a plane-based ASW and an airstrike. But like the whole concept of an airstriking battleship, like, bro, do we really need more planes in the game? Apparently wargaming things we do. Nunning. What was this? Oh, this was the Soviet destroyer that they made. Soviet copy pasta. Hello, Flowline chat. Played the demo of that tower defense game that was played last night. I ultimately bought the game. Yeah, a lot of people who saw me play it have gotten addicted to it. I want to play that today as well. It's insanely addicting. I didn't think that tower defense game would be so addicting, but it's insanely addicting. Torpedo parameters. Deep water replaced by standard. Okay. But nerfed. Whoa, 45 knot torps. Maximum torpedo damage 27k. Nani? Nani? 20? This is the hardest hitting torps in the game right now. These are like IGN cruiser torps with the skill that increases the alpha. What the fuck? 12, I mean, they're slow as shit, but they're gonna be absolute fucking sea mines, aren't they? They note that they didn't change the concealment on the torps. So these are gonna be as stealthy as deepwater torps, but they're gonna hit for 27k and they're gonna hit everything. Holy shit. Like, these are gonna catch a lot of DDs off guard. These are like the mine kind of torps. They just show up next to you. They render next to you, you get no warning, and then you eat one and then you die. Because they alpha strike you. These are actually terrifying, but they're also gonna be insanely hard to actually land on anyone who jukes. And Hydra is basically gonna make these things irrelevant. So the problem with slow and stealthy torps are they're great against non-Hydra targets, but they're absolute dog shit against Hydra. Hydra straight up nullifies the effect of these torps. What is the game? It's called, what was it called? It's called Tower Dominion. That's the game I streamed yesterday, and a lot of people were like, whoa, this is addicting. Computer tube time reduced, 90 to 80. Yeah, that cat slave is the one who gifted me the game, and it's so addicting. Protector. Okay, that's the... Protector is the copy pasta Congress. Or, sorry, the experimental Congress. Main battery Traverse. Secondary battery... What? Wait, it had SAP secondaries. It used to have SAP secondaries on an American... What the fuck? But it's been changed now. Buffed in reload. Replaced with HE that cause fire. Pen 21. Okay. HP nerfed. Whoa, that's a big HP nerf. Heavy teams repair permanent changed. Restoration of hit points after receiving damage to parts of the hull increased 35 to 60%. Number of charges reduced 3 to 2. Cooldown increased 60 to 120. And healing reduced. Only 2 heals, with Superintendent 3 heals. It's still gonna be a T8 with like giga guns. That's a long fucking cooldown on the heal though. 2 minutes cooldown on heal. That's probably the longest cooldown heal in the game, I think. Except like, what's that dog shit Soviet? Sevastopol. They didn't Odin. They might have Odined it. I don't know. It's still a lot of healing though, and it can heal a lot of sit damage and basically everything. And it can heal full pens much better. Do these start with reduced health? I'm not sure. I would assume so, because they're giving it. These things have that gimmick. Instead of the current batch of experimental ships that get better main gun dispersion and better reload, these ships get better secondary reload and better secondary range. The range increase is something like 30% at max AR. So, these things start full HP. Okay, but if they go low, I think they get the buff to secondaries instead. Hotaka, okay, apparently 95k tier 9 wasn't fucking very well designed, who knew? Nerf to 71. Restoration increased, heal reduced. Note that this nerf hits cruisers much harder than it hits BBs, because BBs have this, also same with the cooldown, because BBs have multiple ways of reducing the cooldown on the heal, and they can get 2 extra heals, which is what cruisers can. Cruiser can get 1 extra heal, but not really much in terms of cooldown. Battleships can get massive cooldown reduction, and they can get 2 extra heals. So they can literally double this from 2 to 4. So the nerf is much less for a BB, always, because the BB skill tree is just much better for tanking and secondaries. That is a huge health nerf, though. Very easy. Very easy no longer has more health than every fucking BB. I mean, this is they're kind of sad, these ships, because they're all copy pastes. Like, this is what a key copy pasta, and this is of course a Michelangelo copy pasta. Exact same nerf to these. So they took away a lot of survivability from these things. That's really what they did. Oh, they unnerfed the Wooster, Valparaiso. Fix an issue causing the decay rate of combat destruction to be lower than the expected 5% per second. Okay, fair enough. So, a bit of buffs to their airstrike BB. Nunning getting some nutty torpedoes, but potentially very hard to use. And basically nerfing all the experimental ships. Turns out no one fucking likes experimental ships, by the way. Not Kia Datara, whatever. Okay, let's see. So that's 14.4 patch, where they're giving us the fantastic experimental ships that player base clearly wanted. This is 14.5, so this is the patch one week and 1 month from now, or 1 month and 1 week from now. Greetings, captains. Today we're pleased to announce several new ships coming soon to our game, including some very highly requested ships, as well as a new mechanic we're looking to try out. British battleship Royal Sovereign, so the Revenge class. One of the Revenge class BBs. Interesting. This model, I think I've been in the game for a while, so I'm glad it's being added. I think someone linked me, who was it? I think Gecko pinged me. Gecko pinged me in oh, here. So we got some actual bids on this. Let's see. I can move that too. Okay, so we don't have to look at the fisheye. Okay, let's see. How can I? We can move. Let's move my Discord here. So this is the Royal Sovereign video. Don't have to look at the dumb fish islands. They were posted in my Discord, so we can see them proper. Royal Sovereign, aka, well, Revenge class, really. That looks pretty cool. Okay. Tier 7, huh? In battle, Royal Sovereign serves as a slow juggernaut, with the secondaries boasting a high rate of fire. Okay. Hydro? Submarine? Wait, submarine? Wait, how many gimmicks are they giving? This in combination with her hydroacoustic search, submarine surveillance, and enhanced repair part. Okay. Despite her low speed and lower than average hit points. What the? So Royal Sovereign should appeal to those who enjoy getting up in the face of their enemies while being better able to avoid torpedo ambushes from subs and destroyers. So Hydra and submarine surveillance do not get torpedoed. If they're giving it this many gimmicks against torps, do I even want to know what the health is going to be like? Okay, 48.7k at tier 7. I'm gonna assume it's gonna have the Warspite armor model. The Warspite armor model, of course, is basically we have no armor. The Warspite armor model is not great, to put it politely. The Warspite armor model is this, so 26 everywhere, which means everything will fuck you. Now, Warspite itself has 53.8k health at tier 6, so the Royal Sovereign having 48.7 with the same plating at tier 7 is really brutal, because Warspite armor is not good at all in the current state. I think in terms of health, actually, that might be... Let's see, where does that place us? Let's see, health. This makes us the squishiest battleship in all of tier 7. Warspite is an R-class BB, so there might be differences, true, but I'm going to assume the armor is going to be very similar. Whoops. I'm going to assume the armor is going to be very similar. But regardless, this can be an older armor. Yeah, I mean, it can have more Dreadnought-esque armor. One can hope. But regardless, the health pool is, of course, brutal. Because Florida, which is literally a battlecruiser, a squishy one that's very fast, has 51.8. So, sitting at a 48.7 with 26mm, which means unmatchable plating, is very, very brutal. The torp protection is also basically non-existent. HE8P, 30-second reload on 8 guns. Okay, not really anything that special. 45-second turret burst, also pretty bad. I mean, it's all BBs tend to have bad turret burst, which is fine. The issue is they kind of power creep themselves out of those. Reload time 25 on ASW, 9 range, 1 bomb. Not going to be doing a whole lot of sub-killing with that. Secondaries, 5.9? 5.9 cam range. Wait, 5.9? 5.9 cam range? That's like, that's not even the max you can have at that tier. The max is 6.3. 5.9 is literally just 300 more than the lowest. Sigma 1.8, also not that great. Sigma 1.9 is also not that great, honestly. Like, Scharnhorst has a 2.0 Sigma. To be fair, Scharnhorst has lighter guns. Colorado has 2.0 Sigma. Hood Yukon are 1.9. Gneisenau has 1.8 Sigma. So, not really a whole lot going for it in terms of gunnery. And the secondary range is very bad. It pins 25. IFHE can pin 26. But will you want to run IFHE on this? Very questionable. AA is a complete joke. 2 flak, no continuous. You're basically a fucking big carriers are gonna feast on you. 22 knots. Oh, fuck, that's rough. 22 knots and a 13.5 rudder. Like, okay, you can spot the torps coming your way. But can you really avoid, like, can you avoid sub-torps in this thing? It's gonna be rough, especially if you're trying to push in. And God forbid a carrier is gonna love dropping you. You have no AA, you have no torpedo belt, you have a squishy hull. Carrier is gonna love dropping and fucking you. Especially because you're so goddamn slow, it's so easy to drop you. Also, it's a pretty round ship, so basically a perfect bomb target. 13-4 conceal. You can only slot concealment once, so it's not gonna be anything special there. Standard, well, actually, yeah, standard DCP, nothing special here, it's pretty bad. Doing 21 knots didn't stop West Virginia 44 from being a good secondary B-boy. She got 6.3 km base range. Yeah, this thing is less range. I don't know what the secondary DPM on this thing is, but the range is pretty rough. Heal, it's a 60-second cooldown heal. That's good at least. That's good at least. Looks like a standard heal, but 60 seconds, so slightly reduced cooldown. Short hydro, aka purely defensive hydro, and a submarine surveillance with a 6 km submarine surveillance. Fair enough. I think the issue is you have no health pool and you're overmatchable. So, like, This ship could have. I think this ship is going to be very, very brutal in carrier games. Because, like, a carrier shows up, spots this thing. First of all, the carrier himself will want to drop this thing because it doesn't have any AA, so carrier will love dropping it. Second of all, everyone in the match will want to click this thing because it's so slow. It's very easy to click, and you earn match it. So every BB will want to click this thing. So getting plane spotted early on in a match in this thing is gonna mean like absolute massive amounts of damage just from the plane spotting, and then the fucking carrier strike itself. And then of course wherever you're going, people will just go to click you as well. It also looks extremely easy to kite and farm. Very low secondary range. Very low secondary range. No armor, no speed. Seems very easy to just kite this thing to death. What the fuck can I do about it? Not a whole lot. It's yeah, I don't. This thing looks like a pretty rough experience. You need some pretty fortunate matchmaking. Probably gonna be more successful in ranked, once again, provided there's not a carrier in ranked. If there's a carrier in ranked, again, pretty unplayable. Turns out carriers make a lot of fun ships really unplayable. Turns out they're not a very good class design. Who knew? But like, otherwise, if there's not a carrier in a game, could be pretty fun in ranked, I guess, with Hydra and submarine spotting. But even then, I don't know. What do you do against a Synop that just sits nose into you and just clicks you? Every time it clicks you against this plating, it's gonna chunk you for 20k. Hope your secondaries can take down a Synop. Synop has what, 67k health or something? It's pretty tough. I'd say it's pretty tough to like do much with this shit. 65k health is Synop, yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know. Seems like a tough experience. Seems like a rough experience. Archangels. Okay, so this is... Wait, this is the same fucking ship. This is Royalist Sovereign, but just again. Okay. You have a Royal Sovereign? Oh, sorry. There's Archangels. So, same ship, but different camo scheme, I guess? These vids are in my Discord in the World of Warships channel, if you guys want to see them yourself. West Virginia got 59k HP. True. Yeah, I mean, why would you play this thing over West Virginia, by the way? West Virginia has 406s as well. Like, wait, why would you play that thing over West Virginia? Isn't that a pretty hard sell? It's like West Virginia sits at... It's got the same issue with the armor, of course. But West Virginia has, instead of a 16% torpedo belt, West Virginia has a 37. It has 59k health, so 12k more health. The guns are 406s instead of 380s. The secondaries, I mean 7.9, I don't know what the base range. Base range is longer, it's 6.3 base range instead of 5.9. Your AA is significantly better. Royal Sovereign has 2 flak with 1.1k alpha. This thing has 5 flak with 1.4k alpha, and the continuous is far higher as well. So the AA is much, much better. And I think it came with defensive AA as well. Same speed. I think concealment is gonna be a bit worse. That's pretty much it. The concealment is gonna be worse. But you also get the American DCP, which means you can run the DCP mod. So you actually have, instead of 15-second DCP, you have 28-second DCP. This thing has a 40-second heal cooldown. Royal Sovereign has a 60-second heal cooldown. Why would you play Royal Sovereign or West Virginia 44? It seems objectively worse in every... The only thing it's got going for it is the Hydra and the sub surveillance, but like, that's it. It seems so much better. This thing seems so much better in every possible way. Very hard sell. Very hard sell. Okay. Okay. In a battle, Archangels is the very opposite role as Severance. Use best for punishing enemies at medium to long range. AP shells with, okay. Low speed, lower than, okay, same health pool. 16mm plating, wow, that's squishy as hell. So fully overmatchable by even Scharnhorst at this point. Yeah, and fully overmatchable by even Scharnhorst at this point, this thing. 4x2 381s, 804, 54.5 is a slower turret traverse. Slightly better Sigma though, 1.9. Same ASW. Secondaries are a bit worse. Not really much worse though, actually. Considering, not really much worse. AA is just as junk. Same speed, same rudder. So just a copy pasta but slightly different values. And standard DCP, longer cooldown heal. That's it. Okay. Pretty hard sells, these things. They like, okay. Why would I want to play this thing though? Too long can overmatch this thing, true. But like, well, what's the selling point on this point? The guns? 27-second reload with 1.9 Sigma. That's the selling point. Okay. But like, there's a lot of really good gun battleships at this tier. Like, let's start with something that just, a classic. We start with, well, fucking Colorado. Why would I play this thing over Colorado? What's the selling point on this thing over Colorado? Colorado has 406s, once again. Colorado has 2.0 Sigma instead of 1.9. So, what's the range? Colorado has 18.8. I mean, do you need that much range at this tier? But Colorado has significantly better AP weight, much more health at 59.3. Also, Colorado doesn't get overmatched. Also, the surface detect. I mean, okay, Colorado has worse, but like, why would you play this thing over Colorado or Nagato or whatever? Like, Nagato is a really good long-range battleship at the tier. Like, Nagato is really good. The guns are really hard-hitting. Colorado is also pretty good at long range. And then you have shit like Hood that you can also play. So, I don't understand. What's the selling point? Because like, you're so squishy. You can't do anything in terms of aggression, whereas Colorado and Nagato and stuff can still push in later on. I mean, I don't even want to talk about Sinop. Sinop is so broken. And then there's that new Sinop, the Tengshe. The Tengshe is a mile above all of these, because Tengshe can play like Sinop close range and like a battleship long range thanks to the spotter plane. Tengshe is hilariously much better, but I don't even want to compare it to Tengshe because Tengshe is so broken and Sinop is really broken as well. I'm just comparing it to the old battleships in the game, like fucking Colorado and Nagata, and I don't see any reason to play this thing or the fucking ancient BBs, because they'll be just as slow, but they'll have better AA and much better guns and more health and more armor. So what's the point? What am I missing? Like, what am I missing? Shit. Then there's all these fucking gimmick ships, like the fucking Hyugas with the reload booster. Like, this thing is 60.7k health. Like, hello? And no weakness in the armor, like there. Like 26 instead of 16. But, and then there's so many. Heinrich exists? Heinrich basically has the same gunpowder, that thing. 4x2 380s. But Heinrich also has incredible secondaries, torpedoes. It's much faster. Like, has much more health, and it even has better armor, and it has an icebreaker. What? Shit, things like Rook exist as well. Rook has the same shitty plating, but in return you have 9 guns, and you're fast as hell. You're really stealthy, you got torps. I don't understand the selling point. Like, these ships seem incredibly weak at release. I don't get it. They believe they can sell it because it was a real ship. Yeah, but like, just both of these are really tough selling points. I feel like they're so much like, it's fine to be a side grade from a ship. Like, okay, this thing is, it might not, it's roughly at the level of an average ship, but it has some special thing going for it, that's fine. It doesn't need to be an upgrade. Like, it doesn't need to be power creep. But these things seem objectively much worse than what we already have, which makes it very hard to even understand why I would want to play it. I mean, you could slap this thing into T6 right now, and I would be questioning, why would I want to play this thing or a Warspite? Why would I want to play this thing or a Bayern? Why would I want to play this thing or a Warspite or Bayern if I put this in tier 6? Like, huh? If I put this thing in tier 6, why would I want to play this thing or Warspite or something like Bayern? Both really good battleships for the tier. Like, Bayern, for example, has more health, and Bayern also has the insane armor, the huge icebreaker, better armor in bow, like significantly tankier, it's faster, it's stealthier, the guns are nasty as hell, the 380s, they got really good pen. So, like, why? And you get spotter plane as well in this thing. Why would I want to play that thing or the Bayern? The Charlie camo, yeah, the camo is hilarious. It's so fucking good. Like, how can you not look at the gorgeousness that is the Charlie camo? But like, why would I want to play this thing or the Warspite? Like, Warspite has more health and better armor. Shit, Warspite is faster. So, this thing is supposed to be T7 and I'd rather play tier 6 battleships. I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense to me. British destroyer Barfleur. Okay, this is the fisheye lens. This is why I'm glad Nitri posted the bids here. Where is it? Barfleur. There it is. So let's look at it without the fisheye. It's still got a massive schnoz. Still got a massive schnoz. Big sniffer nose. Camo almost looks somehow cartoony. Is it the Jutland clan? Looks very Jutlandish. It's a B class? So is it copy paste the Jutland? I mean... I'm not seeing anything changed. It looks like a full-on copy. Okay. The only main member of the battle class is his service in Royal Navy. She was present in Tokyo Bay for the Japanese surrender ceremonies. Okay. In battle, Barfleur is the first torpedo-focused British destroyers. Okay. The gun missing in the stern. Yeah, they took away a gun. So I guess they got torps instead. The torpedo launchers reload sequentially. One after another, coupled with her fast reload in general. This will mean Barfleur will almost always have some torpedoes ready, but it will take quite a while to reload her full 10 tubes. The torpedoes themselves are average in terms of alpha damage, speed, and range. She carries a repair party and a smoke screen, but trades the Hydro for an engine boost. Okay, that's a pretty big weakness, honestly, on the Royal Navy destroyers, is the lack of speed. And this actually makes a lot of sense on a torpedo boat, because the gunboats want Hydro, because they want to smoke up and fight other DDs, so the Hydro helps fighting other destroyers. Whereas on a torpedo boat, you want speed to get the flanks, to get the good angles on the torps and so forth. So, at least from a description-wise, the design makes some sense. 18.4, that sounds familiar. 2x2 guns. I assume we have the improved pen angles on these. They don't mention it, but I assume they do. 130mm guns tend to have the improved pen angles on the AP. Standard diff charges. So here's the torp, 16.7, range 10 km, speed 62, reload time 65 seconds. 65 seconds reload. That's pretty goddamn good. That's actually huge. That is such a torpedo upgrade. If this thing sits at 133, that's a really fast 65. And I mean, you build a 10% for sure. So we got 58-second reload? 58 seconds. Number of torpedo. Surely, no, it can't be individual torps. Oh yeah, they did say individual torpedo, but it can't be 65 seconds per torpedo. That would be demented. It's got to be per rack. It has to be per rack. Wait, this one Buffalo will almost always have some torpedoes ready, but it will take quite a while to reload their full 10 tubes. Fuck, this is hard. I don't know. Okay, if it's the full rack, it's a very strong reload. If it's how long it takes to reload a single torpedo, it's dog shit. It can't be 65 per torp. Could it be 65 per set of 5? It could be 65 per set of 5. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, this is very hard to analyze now because we don't know what the fuck they mean. It could be 65 per entire rack. Then it becomes 130 for the full set, which puts it pretty close to where Jutland is right now. Okay, looks pretty standard. 34, really slow. Handles well, surface 6.9, so standard, what, 5.8 conceal. Sorry, isn't it 5.8? Let me check. No, 5.6. Has a secondary gun, yeah. Standard DCP, pretty shitty standard heal. Smoke, the good smoke, the Royal Navy smoke. An 8% speed boost. 8% speed boost on a 34 knot hull. So you do 34, you run speed flag because you're not demented. And then you run the speed boost, and then you do 38.5 while the speed boost is active. The rest of the time, 35.7. Sure. I don't really know if, like, you're making a lot of trade-offs here. You're making a lot of trade-offs to play ultimately a torpedo boat with 10 cam torps. I'm not sure. It seems really sus. It doesn't seem very... doesn't seem very engaging as a ship. Like, the trade-offs don't seem worth it too much. Like, okay. So why not just play some of the torpedo boats at the tier? Like, why not play some of these? They're just as fast as you are without speed flag or speed boost. So, Also 10 km torps at the tier. Like, yeah, I don't know if it's really that impressive. Like, I mean, Kittas shouldn't be here. Kittas got 12 km torps with upgraded torps, so it shouldn't even be there. That's a lot of trade-offs to be, honestly, a torpedo boat. Which, why would you want to be a torpedo boat, really? Like, and if you're gonna be a torpedo boat, you better be a fucking good torpedo boat. But this doesn't. It's like pretty hard sells, these ships so far. American destroyer Laffey. Now that is a legendary goddamn ship. God, we have waited long for this. This is an Alan M. Sumner class. Let's see, do we have a bid on it? Where's our Laffey? There it is. Laffey that survived. What was it? Survived all those suicide bombings or the kamikazes and shit. Laffey had a interesting career for sure. I wonder if they're actually treated like. I wonder if they'll give it a gimmick that fits the style, or if it is gonna be like Johnston where they give it some half-assed fucking reload booster that makes no sense. Yeah, here it is. During the latter USS Laffey survived major damage from 6 kamikaze strikes and 4 bomb hits. Yep. The ship that would never die. So it should be fucking insanely AA focused, right? But will they ever allow a ship to be properly AA focused in the game again? She combines several powerful characteristics good for her tier concealment, improved defensive AA fire, and an improved specialized repair. Okay, this actually makes sense for the historical Laffey. She survived a lot of fucking strikes. She's got a burst fire, though. I don't know. Didn't really need that. Rather just give it better AA. For the... Like, why not go all in on the historical shit? I don't understand why they always try to do some burst fire shit and like this. Just go all in, like Johnston, for example. You could have given Johnston something like French damage saturation. You could have made it a bog standard fucking destroyer, but then you give it French damage saturation, because that's what Johnston was famous for, surviving when it should, like, staying alive much longer than it fucking should have stayed alive. Instead, they give it some shitty reload booster, and now on Laffey, again, some fucking burst fire shit. Like, bro, just embrace the historical... Embrace the history of the ship, and people will love you for it. The new tech tree branch of... Like, the new Laffey will also have time-based smoke generator consumable. Wait, how many fucking gimmicks did they slap on this thing? As trade-offs, her torpedoes are shorter in range and longer in reload, and her smoke capacity is not very high. Combining this with low average speed as well as a small hit point pool for tier 10. Again, why? Just fucking remove the dumb burst fire and give it the proper health pool. It's supposed to survive, especially against carriers. Laffey will excel in the hands of those players who can maximize the impact of their improved firepower through the use of her burst fire and smoke generator. So what, smoke up and burst? What the fuck does that have to do with Laffey that survived the airstrikes? 18.5k? Okay, it's not the end of the world. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. HE, 2.8 second reload on the HE. So it's standard basically gearing guns almost. Alternative fire, reload time 25, burst interval 1, shots in series 3. That is a big fucking penalty to use that burst. It looks like pretty good DPM though. You burst and then smoke up. It makes sense, and then you're kind of like useless for 25. It seems fine. I don't know why it needed it, but it's a fair bit of alpha. 17.9, 8 came torps. 8 came at tier 10. Jesus, that is pretty rough. That is pretty fucking rough. Oh, and the reload is gigantic as well on 8 cam torps. Not great. Okay, so a lot of AA guns. No, what? Oh. This developer hates having anything resembling actual anti-air in this game. I can't believe they did this. Actually, I can, but I'm so disappointed that they did this. What the fuck is this? 63 long-range continuous DPS. 3 fucking flak. 3 flak. 3. What? What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this shit? This fucking thing, this bar floor thing, literally has better continuous mid-range than this thing has. What the fuck is this shit? 3 fucking flak. Are you trolling me? What? 3 fucking flak. Why do they fucking hate anti-air so much? Like, the sheer idea of having this fucking thing shoot down any planes is apparently a tragedy. Why does gearing have fucking 4 flak? Huh? Oh, because we're running this. But wait, so it's the same AA as the gearing. It's literally the same AA as the gearing. They just copy-pasted gearing. AA. What? Improved defensive AA fire. Bro, this is... fuck me, I'm so sad. Why do they fucking... they really can't stand the idea that someone might be able to shoot down a fucking carrier strike. The mere idea that someone might be able to defend themselves against their fucking baby class is so terrifying to this fucking developer that they would do this to the Laffey. Holy shit. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that dog shit? Damage control party, yeah. Specialized, so it's got a specialized heal. 20 seconds, actually heals quite a lot with this. Wait, how much is that? And you run the improved heal? So actually heal like 6.7k, you heal a lot. Now you run superintendent for free charges. Total usage time on the smoke though, 60 seconds. That's really trash. Defensive AA fire. Continuous average aid, I mean, plus 200%. Wow. I can't wait to plus 200% my 63 so it becomes 180 continuous DPS. Ooh, watch out planes, here I come. 180 DPS. Please run away. You gotta be really terrified of me now. What a fucking joke. And who gives a shit about the fucking flak buff when you have free fucking flak? Like, hello? The carrier has the entire sky to use, and you throw up free fucking flak. Can you explain exactly how these fucking 6 dual-purpose guns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 dual-purpose guns. Can you fucking explain how 6 dual-purpose guns are putting up 3 fucking flak on an AA fucking destroyer? Criminal. Fucking criminal. I'm so disgusted. They can't fucking entertain the idea that any planes would get shot down in this game. They just want to add more fucking airstrikes. They want to add more fucking hybrids. They hate the fucking idea that someone might be able to defend themselves against them. Dog shit. Fucking dog shit. Fucking dog shit. Dog shit. Dog shit. What a disappointment. What a fucking disappointment. I can't believe I'm still disappointed by them. Like, I don't understand how I still have some expectations, but they still manage to disappoint me. It's incredible. 10 years at this point, and they still manage to disappoint me. Fucking impressive. Holy shit. Sovietsky Soyuz copy pasta? Okay. The ship is named after Siberia. Vast region in Northern Asia. Okay. More secondary focused take on Kremlin. This sounds familiar. Siberia is more configured for close range engagements. She also carries a combat instruction with when activated via secondary battery hits and potential damage. This sounds really fucking similar to the Soviet Kremlin that we played on Lesta. Similar to new time-based smoke found on alternate American destroyers, but Sibyl here works on a time rather than charge. The amount of HP can restore is lower. Wait, she's got one big fucking heal? They're literally peeking at Lesta and copying their homework, right? This sounds exactly like the Lesta ship, except this heal is wild. Compared to Kremlin, it is thinner. Okay. Lower than average main gun dispersion. Standard DCP rather than Soviet. Battleship they want to play aggressively. Oh, well, I can't wait to play aggressively into subs and CVs. Oh, wait. And kiting battleships that drop airstrikes. And new kiting battleships that have a smoke. 108k out, that's a lot. 32, whoa. Very fun. So basically a Kremlin. It's a Kremlin. 1.7 Sigma, inaccurate Kremlin. Okay, here's the heal. Immediate main battery recalibration, combat instructions. So potential damage 0.05. So 10,000 is 0.5. 100,000 potential is 5%. A million potential is 50%. That's not a lot. But I guess hitting with secondaries charges it up a lot faster. Action time 33 seconds, time before you start losing 50 seconds, okay? So when you activate, maximum main battery shell dispersion goes to minus 20%. Okay, so you get a double Deadeye basically. And you get 2 shots off with double Deadeye roughly. Well, you'll get 2 shots. 2 million for 100%, yeah, but the secondary thing is the real gimmick. The whole point of this is though that if your secondaries don't shoot for a while, but you take some potential, it won't go on cooldown. That's really the most important value there. Yes, W, secondaries here were 7.7 km range, 130mm guns, 10% fire chance, they pin 22. Wait, 22. You don't even want, well, you don't want to IFHE that. So you use these are mostly for starting fires and getting the buff, I guess. Okay, but like secondaries are not gonna do a whole lot against other BBs or anything. AA is 8 flak here. Interesting. So the battleship gets 8 flak and 6.6 km range. Holy shit. Also, the continuous damage is well, the continuous is still not high enough to actually defend yourself. That's the funny thing. Because carrier will ignore these values, like they need to be much higher. Thank you, Tandem Jack, for gifting to Finn Hero. But I guess this is where the flag went. They will be removing flag soon though, because they hate the idea of planes being shot down. Massive turning circle. I mean, it's a Kremlin copy pasta. Standard DCP, really shit DCP for a pushing BB. Repair party. Total usage time 80 seconds. Minimum usage time 14. Oh, but wait, it still goes on cooldown though. So if you turn it off, you still have to wait 80 seconds. Can you even buff this with a flag? So the total healing here is... That's really bad. What? 43k? That's really bad. Wait, 43k, isn't that really fucking bad? Okay. It's the same heal as this one. Same heal as this one, but like this one is 30.8 times 16k. And I mean, you can run... What does... This gives you what? HP restored. So you can probably run it with that flag. It would make sense. You can probably not get more with the 2 million potential skill either. Like, because it's one single consumable. It's not multiple. So you can't get... So that means one of the best skills in the game, this one won't work. This one won't work. Because you don't have any charges, you only have one charge. So this one literally won't work, I think, unless it bugs and it gets you twice, 2 of them, which I doubt. But isn't it so much worse then? Guess you can run this thing, the 10% duration. I assume you can run the 10% duration. So you get 88 seconds instead. Can't say it looks that great though. Can't say it looks that great. Honestly, the whole ship is like, why am I playing this or Kremlin? Same type of healing? You have to build secondaries on this thing. That's the problem. Like if you're going for you can't build full tank on that thing because you'll want secondaries. You need a secondary range. You probably want manual secondaries so you can get the buff. So that's a lot of points that you're investing in secondaries that don't really deal any damage. They're just there to charge your funny button. So I don't understand what's the point. But it's not even the same heal though, because like you get so much more on actual Kremlin. Like 3 of these is 90 seconds, just 3. That thing is 80 seconds. With the captain skill, it's going to be 88. So the healing you get on that is roughly the equivalent of 3 heals. But Kremlin with the captain build can get 5. So you're literally trading 2 heals to get... You're trading away 2 heals, basically. 2 full heals you're trading away in terms of healing potential. I mean, sheesh. Yeah, I don't really see it. I don't really see it. I don't really see it. It just looks like a Kremlin that you'll get a funny volley every now and then, but it's Kremlin that can heal less and has to push much harder to get the buff. Otherwise, if you don't get this buff active, you're basically a much worse Kremlin. You're a much worse Kremlin if you don't get this active. I don't really get it. Seems a bit questionable. Maybe if you can just like, maybe if you, for people to just gas it down, I think it's gonna be this is what they're aiming for. They're not aiming for actual good players with this. What they're aiming for is someone who's gonna charge it straight through the middle, full speed, never stop, and they can just activate their heal and never turn it off, and just burn through 1.5 minutes of healing until they die. And they're like, that was fun. That's who that's aimed at. So we're not the target audience. That 45% Croissant that gets one healed every game, he's gonna love this shit. That's the target audience. That's the target audience. French cruiser Amiral Lartigue. Okay. Okay, 1 second. The ship is named in honor of Jean Lartigue, the head of the French Naval Aviation Service, killed in German area in 1940. A hypothetical French conversion of a captured German hybridized O-class battle cruiser with new French main guns and anti-aircraft. What the fuck am I reading? Compared to Hildebrand, it's a Hildebrand pasta. They just want to add planes. Laffey gets free flak and completely non-existent continuous DPS, but don't worry, here's the French Hildebrand. Compared to Hildebrand, Amiral Lartigue focuses much more on her main guns rather than her aircraft, evidenced by their high accuracy and range. She retains the typical French cruiser engine boost, allowing her to redeploy rapidly to keep her guns in play. In other words, allowing her to fucking kite and sit in Narnia. To further enhance her ability to impact the battle, she has improved plating thickness on her hangar deck, allowing her some resistance to long-range fire that would otherwise deal significant damage. This, along with her high hit point pool, should ensure she maintains her ability to impact the battle throughout. Holy shit. The French captured German ships, even at blueprint stage? Clearly. She lacks the hydroacoustic surge. Okay. Her high base detection range will make it more difficult to surprise her enemies. Luckily you have planes though. She carries a single aircraft squadron of skip bombers split into 2 strike. They are fast aircraft bombs that have decent potential alpha damage, allowing them to make strong hits on enemy. Yay! Players must be careful as the squadron has a long cooldown, meaning you must pick the right moment to deploy them, like at the start of the game, so you spot everything. Overall, Amiral Lartigue focuses more on her main guns to impact the battle from mid to long range while having a powerful alternate weapon in form of aircraft. Okay. But the visual design is not final. Okay, so we can't actually even look at it. So they need to paint the new camo on the Hildebrand real fast. 63.6k health. That's a lot of health on a fucking cruiser. 25mm plating. Huge torpedo belt. Wait, for a cruiser? 37% torpedo belt. 37% torpedo belt. Wait, hold on. That might be the strongest... Is that the strongest fucking... It's 37% torpedo belt. That's... Oh, it's Hildebrand. Isn't that the strongest cruiser? But it's literally copy-pasted Hildebrand. Makes sense. Oh, it's the exact same health pool as well. Wow, what a unique shape. So it's literally a copy-pasted Hildebrand in every way. Cool. How fascinating. HEAP, 20 cam, 22 second range. 2x free guns with 22... Wait, what? 22 second range. 6 guns. 2 Marseille guns with 22 second range. Huh? ASW. Secondaries are 8.3. Really good range. So the secondaries will actually be pretty effective. Well, these things will. These things not so much. The AA is 6 flak. Everyone gets better flat AA than Laffey. Makes sense. 34 knots, 880, 14.1 rudder. Should have been a battleship, buddy. They get better rudder than this now. That's 16.1 surface conceal. Damage control. Standard. Heal. Looks pretty like a pretty standard heal. 20% engine boost. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. Wait. So 34, and then you run speed flag, and then you run speed boost. So we have hybrids that are faster than destroyers now. We literally have these massive cruisers that are sending planes that are literally faster than destroyers. How is every fucking new ship faster than destroyers? 42.5 knots, bro. Every new ship is faster than destroyers. DD's gimmick used to be like they were fast, but subs are faster, carriers are faster, hybrids are faster, battleships are faster. Everyone is faster than destroyers now. Like, who even beats this thing in speed anymore? Like, what was it? 42.6 or something speed knots. 42.6 knots. So like, bro, he's gonna run down Shima. He's faster than Shimakaze. Faster than Sumerus. He's faster than all of these DDs are slower than this massive fucking hybrid ship. Like, you need to be playing a French DD just to run away, but then he just sends planes after you. Oh my god, it's so demented. Still so demented. Here comes the skip bombers. 174 knots. You can't outrun those, motherfucker. 5 size of attacking flight 5. Okay, 270-second cooldown on it, so 4 minutes 30. Oh, whoa, haha, that's fun. So he skip bombs with these. That's really fun, man. That's really fun. Yeah, the Archerfish then outruns them all, which is funny. Archerfish is then funnier. Somehow DDs ended up being the slowest class in World Warships. I don't know how that fucking happened, but you'll have to ask Wargaming. But like, when I played Rhode Island, I ran down a bunch of destroyers as well, because Rhode Island is much faster than they all are, which is really funny. And now the cruisers are faster, subs are faster. Oh shit. Very cool. Very cool. Exactly what the game needed, Wargaming. Exactly. Good design. Trust. Okay. Italian battleship Macaroni. Colonna. Tier 8. Okay, is it the Roma? The Macaroni? Wait, what the fuck are these turrets? This is a Roma with what ship is... I recognize these dumb turrets. I recognize these demented looking turrets. I've seen them before. I think we might have a video on the Macaroni. Where's the Macaroni? There's the Macaroni. Look how dumb these turrets look. Holy shit, that looks demented. My god. What a fucking abomination. This is what, a Roma with Caracciolo turrets? Or is it the Caracciolo? Interesting. And then we have Zarya Svobody, which looks exactly like Vladivostok. Okay. And now we got Japanese sub. Exactly what we need. Wait, no the info on this? Just like, hey, by the way, we're adding these copy paste. We're now ready to show the visual design of previously announced ships. Wait, so these were supposed to be new ships, but aren't they all pastas with just different turrets? Wait, so every single ship here, this is copy pasta Hildebrand? This was a copy pasta Kremlin? This was just a copy pasta Yu Yang? With really shit AA. What was Barflesh? Copy pasta Jutland? Arcane copy pasta Royal Sovereign and Royal Sovereign. Is it even any... Is it a unique model, or is it the old model that's been in the game for like years that they never released? Very new ships though. Some very highly requested ships. I think they're talking about Royal Sovereign on that one. Just shared asset? Possible. Yeah, no, honestly, most of the ships look shit, and Laffey is just fucking disappointing. This thing also, all of them look like... Honestly, the more I look at these new releases, the more I think that the guy who like designs these doesn't play the game. Like, they don't make any sense from a gameplay perspective at all. And this one just looks obnoxious as hell, because, like, looks horrendous to play against. As if we needed more planes in the game. That doesn't make any sense. As if we needed more planes in the game, bro. Did we really need more planes in the game? Was that necessary? Meanwhile, Leicester's new ship has one ship. Yeah, I think, but could it be like shared asset though? Because is it old asset or is it? Because like this is the only ship that they added to Leicester, and it was at the start of last month. I feel that like the coincidence is interesting because they added the Royal Sovereign. It's thank you, that's enough for the 68. I wonder how much stuff they're actually sharing between the lines. Yeah, they made it to tier 6. Leicester Wargaming is trying to make it to tier 7, which makes no sense. Yeah. I mean, they gave the ship, though, more health, and I think they gave it a reload booster? Yeah, they gave it the main battery reload booster, but they still just want to keep it as a tier 6. How identical is it actually to the one Wargaming added? Let me check actually, Blanc. Copy my homework, but don't make it obvious, chat. Copy my homework, but don't make it obvious. The portals is pretty obvious here. But other than that... Copy my homework, but don't make it obvious.